mind me, y'all. I'm just promoting. Yeah, D, we talk, say what you want. I can cut that beginning out, so don't worry about on the start. I didn't know before when that you cut. But it ain't showing that it's not. Yeah, it's not. Okay, then. All right, I just put a link up. So if you want to go on and share.
All right, I'll put the link up on Facebook too.
Is she on that?
She's about to be. All right, I'll put the link up on Facebook too.
It's kind of dark over there where you at. You want to ask them what life. It don't matter. You don't mind. It's probably, you see a blue circle? It's going back and forth. I got my camera. Yeah, I got my camera off. That's why it's that blue thing. I need to have my pictures up. Yeah, I get everything situated. I get this on. If I talk, let me turn my mic off.
There we go. Hey, Christina.
Hey, Christina, just give me a minute. Get everything ready. My camera's on, that's why you can't see me. But yes, it's real. We'll be starting in a couple minutes.
Oh my God! How do you turn the volume up on this thing?
How do you turn the volume up?
Yeah.
Just turn it up
Wait a
like
minute,
you're
I found
listening to
it.
music.
I got it. Oh wow. This is insane. How are you
And
guys?
we're good. Lawrence is on a break.
Yeah, I'm handling a couple of things over here, and
On a break? We
not
just
a break. That was him that said that. I didn't say that. I'm taking care of something right now, and then plus, I'm trying to let a couple more viewers get on.
okay.
I can see on the bottom of the screen how many people are watching, and so
That's cool.
we get quite a few viewers. It's growing every week. We did 3 shows back to back, and then we did a show on Tuesday, and now we're doing another show today. So this will be episode 4. You'll be our first official guest. So
That's cool.
Tony's going to be on in a few minutes. I think he's finishing up with his dogs. He'll be on. He's on every week. This is how we doing it now. Instead of the radio show, it's like
Yeah.
a table. Everybody gets to have their own opinion and.
So where's Jennifer?
Yeah, she says she's gonna try to pop in. They're not used to that snow out there in Tennessee, so they're going crazy out there. Um,
we didn't get any.
but we getting ready to get 31 inches. 31. You heard. It's getting ready to get bad out here. It's already about 3.5 inches out there.
It went south of us.
Like, well, I'm waiting on it. I want to take some pictures of the dogs and my son and the dogs and all that. So I'm waiting on it. I just don't want to have to dig it out, but that's what it's gonna be.
Dad's on the phone.
So we're gonna get started here in about 3 more minutes. I just want to get more people on. Hey man, don't forget if you can't hear me. Hey, we waiting for the too. Hey, don't forget if you can't hear me, make sure y'all let me know you can't hear me so I can speak up. Um, and you can promote your show, Christina. You know what I mean? You can plug your show, you can plug whatever you want, Bullypedia, whatever it is. It doesn't matter.
I've got too much going on to mess with Bullypedia right now.
3 shows, right?
Yeah, I'm forwarding everything to Jennifer to do
Oh, okay.
for Bullypedia right now.
Got all.
That's cool.
We got 5 in. So, all right, today we got Peter Maxwell. What's the name of your kennel?
Snub Life Bullies.
Say it again.
Snub Life Bullies. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't say what you're saying.
Like Snub, SNUB,
Uh-huh.
Life, LIFE,
Okay.
Bullies.
Okay.
Because my husband works in the oil field.
Andy's calling. Andy, if you're watching, you got to send me a email address so I can send you an invite. He just called me on my phone. Trying to call me on the hangouts on my phone.
Are all the shows going to be sponsored by the same people, Christina?
We're not, we had a big sponsor for the Arkansas show that's happening February 13th. But we're not taking any sponsors on the other shows. we're just gonna do it ourselves.
Nice.
I think it comes out better that way because everything will be perfect.
Right. Not so many people to deal with. But what's the dates on the shows and where they at? And
This is Bully's sponsor and the junior handler for the February 13th show in Little Rock, Arkansas. She sponsored $1,000 to the best junior handlers for both shows, so they'll each get $500 apiece. And she bought the huge Bully trophies. They're like $300 a piece for the junior handlers, so they're gonna rack up pretty nice. So, and I'm trying to find a place in St. Louis for our April the 16th show. And then I've already booked the rodeo arena at the fairgrounds in Little Rock, May 28th.
Is that indoor or outdoor?
It's outdoor, but it's covered. It's got stands for 1,000 people. It's pretty nice.
So are you gonna be like the is that gonna be your area, your niche now? You gonna start doing shows out in Arkansas?
I don't know exactly how that's all gonna pan out just yet because we're just getting started. So.
Oh, so this is your first show, the Arkansas show?
Yes. So far it's booked.
I heard. I've been hearing good things about it.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the shows around the country, everybody's saying that they're going and it's not really crowded. And everybody's like, man, it's so out. So out.
Yeah. You know, the last shows that we went to, they were pretty bad. And so I've tried to come up with ideas to make people want to come that the other shows are missing, I guess I can say that. Like, nobody wants to come and get ribbons that's not nice, you know? So we did well on the ribbons. We're offering cash. I'm doing 2 shows because you can only do 2 shows your first show. And we're having a concert type thing. Well, it's a person playing a guitar and singing at the halftime show. And I don't know, I'm excited.
I will be too.
It's in memory of my friend that died this year. So I'm giving away a few awards for that to some people that, you know, touched her. So.
All right, Damien, anybody got any questions? By the way, everybody, if you want to ask questions, if you're watching live on YouTube, there's a banner on the bottom of the video. If you click that banner, it's a yellow banner. If you click it, it'll take you to another screen. Wait for it to load up. There's 3 dots on the top of the screen next to your toolbar. If you click that and request the desktop, it'll open up the chats, and then you can ask questions in the chat. When you ask Christina a question, I'll be saying that throughout, like always. After you do that, everybody, now that somebody else told me they had a problem, after you open up the chat, you want to scroll all the way down. Why they have it like that, I don't know. But you want to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and there's a green bar. If you tap that, it'll allow you to type. It's crazy. You gotta click, and then scroll all the way down. Or you can ask questions right at the bottom of the video on YouTube. Message myself or Damien on Facebook. Watch it live on Facebook. You can watch the link on YouTube, live on my Facebook. Damien's posted the link. Tell a friend, tell whoever. You know, it's snowing outside. It's about to get 31 inches. So we might do an hour, depending on how many people watch tonight. We might do an hour tonight and then do an hour tomorrow, just to give people something to do. I ain't going out.
I'm really excited about Spielberg coming out from New York. I heard he's awesome.
Spielberg is the best in the business. That's why everybody wants to use him.
Well, I got him booked for all my shows.
Spielberg is definitely the best. He doesn't let it get dead. Even if it starts to get dead, and he's gonna make it. He's gonna crack jokes. He's gonna bust on people. By the way, everybody, if you like this emblem right here, hit up FW Spielberg. His wife makes them. very well crafted in real Indian beads. She makes them by hand.
I'm looking to try to get the Purina Farms Event Center for the St. Louis show, April 16th. I haven't got a call back yet on that, but it's amazing.
So how far in between are your shows? Yeah, one coming up the 13th.
We're going to try to have a show every 60 days.
Kill 'em.
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah. And I guess people. So many people over the years knowing you over Facebook. I think they feel. I think the reason why that show sold out is because of the way people feel about that. I guess they trust you that you're gonna be fair and all of that stuff. So I think that has a lot to do with it also. Because that was the first thing that I thought when I heard you was on the show. I was like, oh, Christina? Oh, okay. And then somebody came to my house and we was talking about it. 'Cause I'm trying to see if I can make it out there. And comments of the city. I don't know why they would. You know why they would be disabled? Damien?
I'm having a
What'd you
hard
say?
time.
Somebody just messaged me that the YouTube comments are disabled.
Nah, they're not disabled. I'm on them right now.
If you're watching, Damien said they're on. It might be.
I think
Hold on, I got a call coming. I'll mute myself.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I think another reason why some of the shows are dead is it's the same judges over and over. Like, everybody uses the same judges, so I'm trying to pull different judges out that people around Arkansas and Oklahoma and stuff haven't had. So,
How long have you been in the bully community, Christina?
got my first bully in 2009. What got me into it was a friend I used to rodeo with back in the day. I was friends with him on Facebook, and he posted up this big fawn dog. And I thought it was a pit bull. I didn't know anything about American bullies. And I was like, oh, man, I want one of your dogs. And he goes, they're not pits, they're American bullies. I was like, well, I got to have one. And that one turned into 15.
Wow, 15.
Yeah, and I bought him. He's on my place, Big Nasty.
Oh, okay, that was your first bully?
Well, he was my probably sixth bully. I had to do a lot of talking to get him.
Okay.
So.
Okay, we have a question here. Let's see. Why is it taking so long for the ABKC to show a presence in Arkansas? I thought we had a show here before, right? I think it was thrown by Lori.
Lori Richardson. It was actually a really good show. That was back, was it in 2014, I believe. They were going to throw one, and then she broke her ankle. That set it back. So the one show, Atomic Dog Magazine, was going to throw one, and they canceled.
Last year.
Yeah, and they canceled. Man, that made a lot of people mad.
Yep.
Me for one, I was really mad about it, but because I didn't understand, and what they had said was it was because the magazine wasn't ready. Well, in my opinion, that wasn't a good enough answer. So, because I love Atomic Dog Magazine shows. They're always good, but it seems like they've died out, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Do you find that a lot with the bully community in general with the magazines? How they come and they go, and then they putting out issues and they not like all the magazines. I haven't seen one magazine
Last. I haven't either. Well, Atomic Dog was big, but here lately, no. I haven't seen any new releases.
I find that all the time. Like, you'll get into it, and you'll be waiting on the issue, and then there's nothing. And it's not just one magazine, it's all of them. All of
Yeah.
them. And I know it's probably not easy, and it costs money, and people are probably not spending the money. That's the thing, too, in this community.
It can't be.
Maximum return with a minimum investment. So people don't want to spend the money for the magazines and to advertise in the magazines. And, you know,
True.
which is how the exotic movement took off so quick, is because they were the ones that was willing to spend the money on the magazines, on advertising.
Yeah.
Damien, any more questions? Damien? Can't hear you.
Yeah, that would be because I'm muted. Sorry. Let's see. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this question right. You said your kennel name is Snub Nose. Is that right?
No, Snub Life.
Snub Life. Okay, Snub Life.
My husband is a well-controlled supervisor, which is snubbing. And we named our kennel because that's how we got all our dogs, was all that money he made.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And Christine, I got somebody on Facebook wanting to know, do you have any champions in your yard, and what have you produced any big name dogs?
Not yet, but I do have some that I'm about to start showing. But I do have some champions on my yard. I have a Bane daughter. Her name is, we call her Muse. Stylish Miss Basil is her name. And then Nasty, Big Nasty, he's one major away from being a champion. And then I have Champion Cronus. He's a little Rizzy grandson. He's got ears. I champed him in 3 shows. So yeah, and then I sold my female that I champed out to. I had another female, 007 Daisy. She champed out. I don't have a grand champion yet, but I've got a couple dogs that can be that.
Okay, I have a question about Bullypedia. Do you guys ever plan to go back to the free, the free listing of dogs? I guess is that what he's trying to ask? Do you guys ever plan on making Bullypedia free again? I bet. Basically.
Okay. Anybody that has been a member can still look on Bullypedia. It's only new members that have to pay. If you don't want to add dogs, it's $15. If you want to be able to add dogs, it's $20. And no, we're not planning on going free because it costs to run the website. So, and to keep it clean, because believe it or not, a lot of people they don't know how to put pedigrees in and do it correctly, and we have to clean up a lot, and we stay on there all the time.
Do you guys have any plans to make a mobile app?
I don't know the details on that yet, but we do have a breeding link now on Bullypedia where you can post the videos of your puppies, and you can also post the link and all your friends can see it. It's better than test mating because people can actually see the videos of the puppies and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. We're adding microchipping, where like if your dog gets scanned, it'll pull up the Bullypedia, their Bullypedia page to tell you the owner of your dog. And we're doing DNA, so lots of stuff.
Okay.
I can't keep up.
That was my last question. From now on.
Randy's always coming up with some neat stuff.
Okay. You know, a lot of people, I hear a lot of people, I see a lot of people complaining about it. And I remember when Rand said it was going to be free. But it's a lot of work, man, to run them websites.
Yeah, and we got our own server because we had people trying to steal the data. Actually, Nitropeds did. They tapped in on our site and stole all of the data. So if you go to Nitropeds, you'll see all the dogs listed. That's pretty crappy of him. He says he didn't do it, but he did.
Hey, Christina.
Yes.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars on the bottom. Tony Gold just came in, and your phone is sitting so low that the bars are covering your face. So if you could tilt your phone down a little bit, so we're not looking at the top of your head.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
Are y'all running a peer-to-peer server, Christina?
What?
Are y'all running a peer-to-peer server with Bullypedia?
I don't know exactly what he's doing. I just know I have to get on there all the time and clean it. So.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. If he stole it, it's probably P2P because that's like the easiest thing to hack.
Oh,
anyway.
Well, no, they can't. Nobody can hack it anymore. We paid lots of money. It's secure.
Good.
Yeah, we paid lots of money. We want somebody to try it now. They won't get it. You know what's funny is we see Bullypedia printed pictures on their other bully pedigree websites. It's kind of funny. Our copyrighted photos. They'll fall apart anyways. We're not too worried.
Hey, Lawrence, you got 2 other people trying to get in. You want me to drop off? You got Andy and Sean trying to get in.
No, I need you to stay on.
Yeah.
So, we'll let Andy and Christina, I don't know how long she's gonna stay on, but whenever she drops off, then we'll bring one of them on. It's too noisy because everybody's background noise and you can hear everything that's going on, and it's hard.
Can you guys hear me clear?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Hi, Christina. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right.
So.
Don't mind me. I've been in the snow.
Once again.
I've been cleaning kennels all day, and I was like, "Are you for real?"
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too.
Once again, everybody, if you wanna ask questions, just hit us up on Facebook. Hit myself. Hit Damien. We'll answer your questions. If you got any questions for Christina, hit the Facebook. You can ask questions on YouTube. There's also a banner on the bottom of the video. If you click it, it'll take you to another video. When the video opens up, you go to the top right corner of the screen. There's 3 dots. If you tap it, it'll drop down a window. You request the desktop. It will open up. And you'll be able to ask any questions. But you got to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen and click the green bar. Also, you can ask questions on Hangout. There's a chat for this session. So we're going back and forth. You can ask questions there also. Sean, if you can hear me, let me wait until one person drops off. I don't want to have like the whole panel full because all the background noise starts echoing and buzzing and all that. So I'll let you guys run in a little while. Okay, Damien, we got any questions? Damien, you muted. You muted.
Wow, sorry, I keep talking when I'm mute. Yeah, I think this question is, I guess, for all you guys. She don't really direct it to a specific person. She wants to know, let's see, she wants to know how many years you guys have in the bully world and what in your mind, what separates this breed from other breeds? I think that's the question.
Oh, that's a good question. Who want to go first? We'll start on the line. Tony, you the first box, so you go first.
Me?
Yeah.
How
many years in, and what separates this breed from?
As far as the American Bully, I got about 11 years in. As far as the American Bully, dogs. Period. I got a lot longer than that. I got probably close to 20 years. And what was the rest of the question?
In your mind, what separates the American Bully breed from other breeds that you've dealt with?
The whole point of having a breed is for it to be, its own entity. It should have a uniqueness about it, and it's just like any other breed. They have a look and a personality different from the next breed. So the breed is still developing as far as the American Bully. We're still working on it. So, of course, the build. But, again, there's other bully dogs. There's other bully breeds. So you can't really say that's completely different from another breed. But as far as the look, I feel that for the majority they have a unique look because they're a blend of Bulldog and Amstaff. And, their personality, their demeanor, they're pretty calm dogs. They're a companion breed. So they're calm, very versatile animal. Real good-natured. Shouldn't be animal aggressive. Definitely shouldn't be human aggressive. I guess if that's what we call that unique, then that's what they are.
Okay, and Lawrence and Christina stepped away, so I'm gonna move to the next question because it's about judging. So I'm assuming it's for you anyway, Tony.
Hold on, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I got my first bully 2002. So in the beginning I was just learning and stuff like that. But I got my first bully in 2008. I think 2009 is when I really started taking it serious and learning more. To me, what separates this breed from a lot of other breeds is there's a lot of things that separate this breed. I think the main thing that separates this breed from a lot of breeds is that most other breeds you only see certain types of people that breed them. With this breed, you see all kind of people that breed these dogs. So this breed, I think, has brought more people together than any other breed. People that normally wouldn't hang out together and normally wouldn't conversate and do business together, do it because of these dogs. So I think that's one thing. I also think that it's the only breed where there's so many varieties in the dog. I don't see any other breeds where there's so many varieties and so many different looks. Like even with the American Bulldogs, they have different looks, but there's not like 10 different looks, 20 different looks.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's that didn't even cross my mind at the time. But yeah, but like I said, the breed is still developing. So, but we have a lot of looks because of everybody doing their own thing. Everybody's been allowed to do their own thing. So it's all over the place.
Christina, you up next. She's trying to hide over there.
Hey.
Yeah, you up next. What, in your opinion, how many years do you have in the bully game? And what, in your opinion, what makes this breed different than any other breed?
What was the first part?
How many years have you do you have in the bully game?
Well, since 2009.
Okay.
almost 7.
And what to you separates the bully game, this breed, the American bully, from other breeds? That was the question, right, Damien?
Well, before I got into American Bullies, I used to raise AKC Labradors, duck hunting dogs. And I have to say that the American Bully is way better than Labs or any other breed that I've ever dealt with.
Okay.
So Tony pretty much summed it up what they're about. They're good with kids.
Well, don't be shy now.
I don't want to show myself.
People tuning in to see you. Don't be shy.
Yeah, but I've been working on kennels all day.
I don't think there's anybody watching this that doesn't do dogs, so I think they understand very well what the life of a dog person is like. So what was the next question, Damien?
The next question is about judging. So basically, he says, attended the show last weekend. I clearly had the better dog, but another dog was chosen. Basically, his question is, how can we make judging more consistent? And is there anything you can do if you felt like you had the better dog and someone else won? I guess he's wanting to say is like you can write a letter or something like that. Is there anything you can do?
It's hard to say without seeing the dog. Go ahead. Sorry, Tony.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Christina.
I was just going to say it's hard to see without seeing the actual dog because a lot of people think they have the better dog and yet they don't. Like their angulation's not as good, their bites, stuff like that. So that'd be a hard question to answer.
Or what the new problem is that a lot of dogs, they don't say they fit the breed standard.
Right.
They're not bullying them. People think that because their dog is more correct in the ring, that they should win, and the dog has to be bully. It's an American bully. It has to be bully.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys pretty much summed it up. It's hard to say. Everybody thinks they have the best dog. So it's hard, you know. I've had people argue with me saying they had the best dogs, and their dogs had some serious structural issues, you know, or they lack type. You know, that's the key to thing. Some people think because they have a better structured dog than the next dog that they should automatically win. But breed type plays a big factor. As a judge, the first thing you do in most breeds is when you go over your dogs, you eliminate the dogs that lack breed type. Okay, so breed type is just as important as structure. So, you know, and a lot of people don't understand breed type. They'll get to learn structure, but then they don't realize, you know, like key factors that need to be present in a breed. So that's where we have, that's where normally, you know, people bump heads with the judges, and you know, it's always a problem. You know, they're our babies, so we always think we have the best dog. You know, so that's it. But you can make complaints to whatever registry you show with. You can make complaints to the registry by either calling the office or sending an email to the director of judges. For us, myself, so you send an email to the RKC, and it'll get forwarded to me. Or, you know, sometimes people hit me on Facebook and inbox me, and, you know, I'll address the situation. I'll look into it, and I'll try to do a little research on the dogs that won, and then I'll see whether the judges are doing you know, an adequate job. That's about it.
There's a couple of judges I wouldn't show under, but that's because I've seen the stuff that they pick. I think they need to go back to school, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, got 2 questions from a guy named Ball Center. One of them is why is Dax and Miyagi so loved by one community and so hated by the other one? Example: RKC, ABKC hate, and I guess that's and the exotic community loves them.
We got real quiet on that one.
Can't hear you, Lawrence.
Lawrence
Can't
needs
hear
a shot of Java.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Lawrence.
I had it
Snoring over there.
I had it muted. Listen, I don't think the RKC hates Miyagi. I don't think the ABKC hates Miyagi. I think that um a lot of time when people are honest about the way they feel about things that people consider that hate, there's a lot of people that like Miyagi, that love that dog, that love the blood, and then there's a lot of people that just don't mess with it. And I think just because you voice your opinion on something doesn't mean that you hate it or that you hate him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of faults in all the bloods, but there's a lot of faults in those dogs because they're being bred by people and inbred on top of inbred when they already starting off with a lot of flaws. So I think that's the problem. Because I've seen some real nice Miyagi dogs. The Freak is real nice. What's his name? Carlos, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Carlos' son. Yeah, he's a pretty nice dog.
Freak is put together nice. It's a nice Miyagi dog. So
Champion Major is too.
Yeah,
Anthony
Champion
Gray.
Major.
there's a lot of nice, dogs with that blood. So I think it just depends on who you talk to, but I don't think that RKC hates Miyagi. I think the problem is that the people who own those type of dogs, they don't understand how the RKC works. The RKC is a community where you have to actually be a part of the community to be accepted. You're not just gonna come in there and post up and people just gonna show you love if they don't know who you are and they know that you're not a part of the community. That's just the way it is. So I think from the outside looking in on it, you would assume that they just don't like your dog, but it's not that. In that community, you have to work to build relationships with people and interact with people in order for them to show you love and show you whatever your thing is, respect. So that's the difference between the ABKC is so much bigger, so it's so much more impersonal. The RKC is a little smaller, so it's more personal when you're dealing with the people on it. Anybody?
I'll touch base. So I didn't hear the part about the RKC. So the question was addressed as far as to the RKC community.
Yeah, he wants to know why is Dax and Miyagi so loved in one community and so hated in the other community, such as RKC, ABKC, and loved by the exotic community.
Well, I'm going to tell you as far as for myself and the people I deal with, we're a show-oriented people, so I mean that's what we thrive for. We thrive to produce a show dog and a healthy dog. I don't have anything against exotics other than most of the people breeding them and labeling them and papering them as American bullies or American Pit Bull Terriers. It's the same thing that American Pit Bull Terriers had an issue with when the bullies started coming around. The thing is with the exotics, man, is just most of the breeders have no regards. They're breeding them for money. They're breeding them for the pedigree. They have no kind of goal other than money with breeding them, and that's not all of them. But from what I've seen, that's the majority of the people in the exotic community. I mean, you have so many different breeds being brought in, and the dogs are seriously flawed, more than the American Bully ever was. I mean, we see exotics that are really in bad shape. And I mean, most of them can't walk; they're getting carried. But there are dogs like the Freak that are very well put together, and seem to be healthy, and are pretty nice specimens. So if someone shows me that they're doing the right stuff and they're you know, trying to paper mix exotics and breeding a healthy dog and having some kind of ethics behind their program, then I personally have no issue. And I believe that the registries aren't going to have an issue with that. But again, certain registries accept exotics, certain registries don't. If your dog does not fit into the standard, then, you know what I'm saying? Why do you want to be part of a community or a breed that, you know, when your dog doesn't conform to the standard? Not one bit. But that's just my deal.
Christina, did you want to get in on that question?
Christina, she probably stepped away.
Anybody want to bring me a caramel frappuccino from Starbucks?
Well, what are they saying out your way, Tone? The same thing out here, 31 inches?
What up?
They said they upgraded us. They upgraded us to 31 and a half inches.
Huh?
They upgraded us on the snow.
Yeah.
31 and a half inches.
Damn. Oh, I mean, I'm definitely having technical difficulties here. I mean, we got a good amount already, nothing crazy, but it's been coming down. I had to head out to the gas station real quick, and the roads are rough. I mean, it's that slippery snow. And, you know, I couldn't get on the internet. I'm on the phone now, but I couldn't get on my laptop because it's just not picking up any signal.
Cold, Christina?
I'm cold. I'm freezing.
What's the temperature out there?
Wrapped up in my robe.
What's the temperature out your way?
Huh?
What's the temperature out your way?
It's 8:48.
Oh, the temperature.
Oh, the temperature's like 20. That's cold to me.
Yeah,
That's what it is here. It's cold. It's like 20 or 22.
Did you want to get in on that last question, Christina, or did you hear it?
No, what was it? Oh, the Miyagi one?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think ABKC hates Miyagi. They just want them to be clean dogs and not, I guess train wrecks is what you call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know how to breed it right, I guess. I like Major, though.
Yeah, that's Anthony's dog, right?
And I like Gunner, too.
There's a lot of dogs from off of that blood that are really nice. I think that just when you start off with those really exaggerated features that they like about Miyagi, and you taking dogs that carry those features together and inbreeding it, I think that's when you get those dogs that people have such a problem with. But when you take that blood and outcross it, there's a lot of nice dogs off of that blood.
I agree, and I don't think anybody really hates Dax. I mean, he brings good to yards. He helps a lot of, you know, he's helped a lot of people out. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on, Damien, because I got a couple questions in my thing, and I got to get to them. I don't want nobody to feel like we're not paying attention. Okay, that was the same guy. He hit me with that question. Shaka Zulu, which I already know the answer to this, but do certain judges look for different things, or is it just one standard way of judging? I guess that would be for you, Tom.
Do judges look for one certain thing, or I mean, no. Basically, the standard is left for interpretation, but I mean, basically, no matter if it's UKC, ABKC, RKC, even though the standards might vary a little bit and have different tweaks, then results should be the same. So for the most part, I mean, UKC doesn't have as many varieties. Sure. Doesn't have, give me 1 second, close that and I'll get it. Sorry. The UKC doesn't have like the varieties that the that the ABKC or the RKC has. So it's a little bit different. But as judges, of course, anything in life comes down to personal preference. There's a point where it does come down to preference. But you should always judge to the standard. Like, for instance, I may like one dog more than the other, you know, for certain reasons, but I have to pick, you know, the other dog just because the dog conforms to the standard more, you know. And like I said, it comes down to breed type and it comes down to structure also, and then, you know, the performance in a ring, that plays a little part also.
Okay, go ahead, Damien.
Okay, same gentleman wants to know, how do you guys feel about the hype versus true producers? Certain dogs that are true producers like Dax and Miyagi, and then certain dogs get their name off hype in the community.
I want to go first. Go ahead, Christina.
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I don't understand what he's saying.
Say it again.
I guess by reading the question, he wants to know, how do you guys feel about dog? I mean, I guess he wants to know what separates a true producer from just all hype. It's not how it's worded, but I'm assuming that's the question.
I get. I don't know. Is he trying to say like a true producer and hype? If you get your hype by being a true producer, so I don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, the only thing I can gather from the question, I guess he's trying to say, you know, like a true producer like Dax, and then a dog that maybe just all hype off the way he looks, but he doesn't produce anything.
Then I wouldn't use them.
Right. Right.
Well, so what's the question here? Because let me touch base on here, because I heard you say a true producer, Dax. So.
Oh, Tony. Okay.
So what do you what's the question?
It only depends.
He was just from me reading the message, his question was, how do you feel about true producers versus hype? His example of a true producer would be Miyagi and Dax and other proven dogs, and then a hype, he doesn't give an example. So that's the question. How do you feel about?
I'm going to break it down for you. A true producer. All right, since you use Dax as an example, I'll break it down to you, because what I might consider a true producer and what somebody else does, that's two different things. So a true producer, okay, Dax throws his traits. He has thrown some very nice dogs, but you can't just give the credit to him, okay? The females get very little credit, all right? But as far as Dax, he's throwing some really nice dogs. There's plenty of Dax dogs out there that I really like for the features. But the dog's been bred. He's got over 3,000 offspring, probably more than that, okay? One good dog a litter, two good dogs a litter is not a good producer to me. You got to have a good producing dog will give you, you know, at least, you know, over half the litter being very consistent with a consistent look, throwing his features, you know. So for me as a breeder, I shoot for a 75%, you know, something around there, success rate in the litter. I look for real consistency. You want to have very few pet quality dogs. Now, some breeders, what I may consider a pet quality dog, the next man considers a top notch, you know, a breeder. You know, I see these very dogs that I would sell as pet quality dogs going for $5,000. So it all depends. So a true producer is going to throw. But again, it's hard to answer, because if you're using mediocre to to poor females, the stud could only do so much. You know? Just like the bitch, she could only do so much. But a true producer should throw on a consistent level. You should see it. If you're breeding a male to a good quality female every time, you should see great results in a litter.
I agree.
And my opinion of a true producer is a dog that's gonna pass the traits that you like the dog for the reason you're breeding him. He should pass those traits into his puppy. You shouldn't be buying puppies that don't look like. I mean, if you're saying you like Dax, if you buying a Dax son, but he doesn't look anything like Dax, and it just
Right.
is, and it's all in the females. A lot of people breed for, like he said, the hype. The hype is everybody loves this dog. This is the dog that everybody's talking about. So everyone wants to breed to that dog, thinking that they'll have the same results, not realizing that there's a lot more that goes into that success than just breeding to that dog. Like having a name already behind your kennel. You know, the advertising. You know, how long you've been in the game is going to determine that. You're not going to just breed to the biggest dog out and have the same success as the next man. And that's what the hype is. Everybody thinks, if I breed to this dog, everybody's going to want these puppies because that's the dog
Right.
that everybody's talking about right now. That's what the hype is. Go ahead, Damien.
Look at Christina giggling and smiling over there. Uh-oh.
I always smile. Always.
Okay, let
This is
me.
interesting. I've never done anything like this.
I think
Oh, man. It's her first time, Lawrence.
it's the first time. Hey,
Like, I've never done anything like this, Christina. That's what they all say.
you got, you got 5 people on, well, 4 people on. Everybody got a different opinion. So, and that's why I did it this way. I wanted to do it on my Facebook, but actually, I think this worked out a lot better because on my Facebook, it would have just been me one-on-one, and it would have been all my opinion. So this way, you know, you got, however, I can add up to 10 people, but it just gets so loud, and the feedback, and people's kids are in the background, and dogs are barking, and so you can't hear nothing. But
No, my dogs stay quiet.
my dogs are right
See, your dogs are chilling.
here. No, but I think it's better this way, and then as people drop off, then we'll let other people in. But the last time I think we had what, like 7, Damien, and it just got
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. Nah, I'm good. No more. We don't need all that.
You was just dropped off like that. I bet I was, and they got a little feature on here where you can check your viewers. So, you
How
know,
many dogs do you have, Lawrence?
I got 1, 2, I don't even know. Hold on, 1, 2, 3.
I count mine all the time too. I'm like, how many dogs do I have?
Because I sold a few of my keepers, so right now I only got 7. But I keep all my dogs in the house. So, but they
I have 4 dogs here that we're training,
go
and Dustin, how many dogs do we have? We have like 15, don't we?
15
I think
In
we
the
have
house?
15 dogs.
in the house.
No,
Oh,
no.
my dog's in the house. See, Tony, he keeps all his dogs outside, so he got like 80 dogs or something like that. He gonna kill me when he hear me say that.
No dogs are allowed in my house.
For real.
For real.
Oh.
I let one come in every once in a while.
Oh. You ain't about that life.
They're in the heated garage, though.
You ain't about that life. Gotta have a dog in the house laying on your feet, man. Yeah, he probably say the same thing. That's why you looking over there. Yeah. You gotta, if you into dogs and you into the bullies, you gotta have one dog in the house on your feet, laying down. That's the dog. He's the man. He get the roam free. He knows not to jump on none of the furniture. They know that couch in my office is the only furniture they're allowed on, and they know it. And they don't jump on nothing else but that. But usually, wherever I'm at, they right here, laying next to me. So.
I guess every once in a while, I don't. I don't
Mm-mm.
know. That's bad of me, huh?
You ain't about that life.
Oh, I am.
Hey, Damien, any more questions?
Yeah. basically, I got a lady that wants to know what's one flaw that you guys would not breed, no matter how good looking the dogs are. What's one flaw that you will not breed?
For me, those dogs with those fronts, that's like that. They're like, hold on. It's called monochronosplasia, but in the bully world, it's called badass. When they like that. When they like this, yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
I can't do that either.
I can't do that, and I don't do dogs with stray stifles at all. A dog has to have a good rear for me, so, I mean, you ate like 20 strawberries already.
I agree. Straight stifles would be what I hate.
What about you, Damien?
I hate the, what is it called, barrow, when it kind of looks like the dogs are clapping when they're walking, when their legs are kind of...
Clap, make it clap.
Yeah, I hate that. It doesn't, like, the dogs can't walk because their feet kind of banging together like that. I hate that. That's the one flaw I can't stand.
You gotta find out the name of that so we can put it up there next time. I looked up that name of that, because I'm like, man, that just don't look right. And there's a name for it. It's called monochronosplasia. I was like, wow. But now in the bully world, that's called badass.
I hate splayed feet too. Hate that. I hate bad feet.
Yeah, I don't like a push back muzzle either. You know, where a nose recedes the bottom jaw. You know, like bulldog breeds.
The question was, what flaws will you not breed? Not what you don't like in a dog.
No, that's a. I mean, that's.
He about to start
that is a flaw. That is a flaw.
He about to start going in.
That is a flaw. What you mean? Better get right with it, son. Don't test me.
He left.
He's about to make me hungry. Damien, next question.
Okay.
I don't run, Christina. You know I don't run. I'm just getting some strawberries.
I'll tell you you're going to get something to eat.
Organic.
Okay, this is actually a really good question. It says, this summer we lost a lot of big name dogs in the bully community, mostly due to overheating. Is there anything you can do to prevent that with as far as like the types of dogs you breed, or is it just best to keep them all hydrated and ice and everything?
The problem is enlarged hearts, rolling pallets. When you ever hear like my dogs do it too, but not like crazy like them, you know, dogs that be passing out dying. But when you hear your dog go like that, they rolling their palate, and that's because their throat swells up to, I guess, cool their body better. But it also restricts their breathing because of that loose skin. That's why you hear that. And then their large hearts, they can't take the heat. That's already a bulldog gene. We got bulldog in them. Bulldogs already can't take the heat. So, you know, you inbreeding on top of inbreeding. Everything in the dog is a trait. It's not like people. A midget, a little person can have a child with a regular sized person, and the kids come out regular size. If dogs, whatever traits the dogs carry, whether it's internal or external, visual or internal, they're going to pass them on. So if you're doubling up on those genes, your dog already can't take the heat, already has breathing problems, and you inbreeding on top of that, you just compounding those issues. Those enlarged hearts, they work double time. You know, that's why the dogs overheat so fast. The palate issues, it's just a trait. So if you have to do all of that to keep your dog cool and it's not doing anything but sitting still, that's an issue with the way the dog is bred. Tom?
I agree. I mean, same thing. I mean, one thing with humans is we really don't inbreed. With dogs, you know, it's inbreeding, so we make these things predominant. You know, they come, we lock them in, and I mean, this is why I tell people how important it is to breed a sound, healthy dog, and why I'm against the exotic movement for the most part. Look at some of the other breeds. They started with healthy dogs. Usually dogs started from working stock and developed into show stock. and they still had all kinds of health issues. And they had health issues with testing going on, health testing, and things like that. So what do you think? You know, people are starting with inferior dogs that have serious structural and health issues. So, which structural leads to health issues, whatever.
Times this and that.
What?
And then doing 3 times this and 4 times.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, what do you expect? If they had it coming from good stock, what do you think when you're working ass backwards? You're working from inferior stock trying to create a good dog. That's why I tell people it's not that easy. You can try to breed better, but you're always going to be facing an uphill battle when you start from inferior stock.
Because that's what people went and they ask me about certain dogs. I tell them, them dogs look cool or whatever, but you got to realize when you pay $5,000 for a dog and you plan to use that dog as breeding stock and it's already starting out like this, how can you build a program off of that when the whole point of building a program is to eventually lock in the look and inbreed your dogs? You can't inbreed on dogs like that. And then you taking dogs like that on purpose, looking for those traits and breeding them together and not realizing that that's not, you compounding a problem, a medical issue. They got medical names for this stuff that they call badass, and that's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Christina.
What? Just listening.
Oh, Lord. She done quit on us.
No, I didn't. I don't have that problem. Because I keep fans on my dogs and I keep them watered, so.
Yeah, I mean, all bullies have the propensity to overheat. Any bully, don't get it wrong, like just only exotics overheat. Regular bullies overheat too. You know, even healthy bullies can overheat. These dogs are very thick, and it's just like a athlete. When them big old guys get in the ring and they running around the ring, they get tired fast, they get hot fast, they overheating because there's so much more mass. So even a healthy regular bully can overheat. It just depends. If your dog is overheating in 70-degree weather, sitting still, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead, D.
Get another strawberry.
No, not me. My daughter. This question is for Christina Maxwell. Christina,
Okay.
we have a listener. They said, can you please sing the American Bully National Anthem?
What is that?
I didn't know there was one.
Oh, you don't know it. Okay. Yeah, sorry, listeners. She doesn't know it.
I'll figure it out, though, next show.
They said
Okay.
freestyle it. Freestyle it. Just pick it up as you go.
He's lying, Christina. Don't believe him. He's lying.
Yeah, this is off Facebook.
He gave himself away when he said freestyle.
It was him asking that question.
Go ahead, Damien.
Well, I asked y'all this question because this one's a little more interesting first. How do you guys feel about the leaders of the registries hopping in the show ring?
Well, you want to know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if they have a good dog, then come on with it. That's how I feel.
I agree.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared because I know when I come in the ring, I'm going to bring my best dog that I have. If they beat me, then they had the better dog.
I think
Yeah.
the problem is not registry owners bringing their dogs in the ring. I think the problem is done as long as it's done fairly.
Right. It needs to be done fair.
It's not going to be done fairly, which with the reputation that's already out there, I don't see how it could be done fairly. But I mean,
Most of them send with other people, and we don't even know that it's their dog.
I mean, all right. There's a lot of people that go to shows regularly. I'm one of them. They go to shows regularly. And I can guarantee you that every person that's not affiliated with anybody, whether it be a judge, a rep, a handler, or anything like that, I can guarantee you that every single one of those people have a story about some bullshit they seen at a show. I can make a lot of money putting some money on that type of bet. I'm telling you, there's a lot of bullshit going on, and it needs to change because it deters people. That's why the shows are so slim, because people feel like it's a lot of money you spending to travel. You figure you traveling, you going to a hotel, you know, you putting all this work in with your dog, you spending money, you know, however you gotta get your dog to the shows, paying to get in the shows, you paying for the booth, you paying to eat. You know, you buying stuff at the end of the day, you spending a lot of money. You just want it to be fair, and you just want to have fun, man. You don't want to leave with a sour taste in your mouth.
Well, like, when you host dog shows, you can't have, none of your dogs can show in the ring. And say, like, with Keno, he's a part of Black Label, so when he judges, nobody in Black Label can show underneath him. I mean, it's ethics, but I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, it's fine. I wouldn't have a problem. The problem lies in, like Lauren said, he didn't say it out loud. The corruption, you know, it's there. I'll say it. You know, and it looks bad in a public's eye for someone just starting in a registry. If a big figure does win, you know, the public doesn't understand why. They might have the better dog. I mean, it happens with any of us judges that show. We win, you know, because the judge does their job. The judge that's there for the day and really picks our dog because we have the better dog. As a fancier of the breed, someone that has all the time in our positions, I would hope that we know what a good dog is and we bring it. But the general public doesn't understand that. They don't see that as, you know, they feel like they did wrong. So that's where the problem comes if any figures of the bully community, you know, show.
I've been in the ring with some judges, and I've lost to some judges, but I'm not going to lie, their dog was better than mine.
Right. And that's usually the case.
And it's like that. I don't think so much as the judges that see that. Yeah, I did kind of insinuate that. I don't think it's so much the judges picking registry owner dogs. I think that normally someone who's not affiliated with anybody and somebody who's not using a handler, you know, you can almost pretty much count like on certain dogs winning depending on who's in the ring like that. It's not so much the owners of the registry.
Right. I mean, the owners don't really show. The owners don't really show a lot. You know, usually the owners know that it's a conflict of interest. They don't really show their dogs. I mean, you don't see Fabian putting dogs in. You don't see Dave putting dogs in. They really don't because they know they want their registry to thrive and succeed. So you don't see their dogs, but like he said, the handlers and stuff, people click up. I've personally seen it with show hosts. You know, it comes like, you know, people are partners in shows. So they're partners, they take their dog and they put it in someone else's a handler's possession, and the handler shows it, and the dog still wins. You're not supposed to do that, but it still happens. I've seen it a bunch of times. I've said stuff about it.
Well, it's not happening at my show.
Well, yeah, we know. I mean, some show hosts do their jobs. I mean,
that's why I said what I said earlier, Christina, because that's why what we was talking about, how it's like it's sold out because people trust you, and that's the thing, man. People just want, tell me, everybody that's running to all these other registries, it's not. Some of it is butthurt, but a lot of it is people just want it to be fair, and they don't understand that it's the same people in this registry that's over here. It's the same people you're going to see over here as the ones you're going to see over here. So,
yeah.
It's not the registry, it's the people.
I picked judges that I felt would go by the standard and pick the better dog. not what I have been seeing. Like in Ohio, that was bad. That was really bad.
Yeah, you know. So,
That was really bad.
yeah, and it's and that's the same thing. The same people that are judges to our shows and things like that, and it's just an ongoing cycle of
I
whatever
mean,
you want to call
I
it.
felt like the dog is a great tool for a breeding program, but it shouldn't have been in that show ring. I have a pocket female that's got a small kink on the end of her tail and tie lumning, and I give him props for this. He gave me a second. I was the only dog in the ring. He gave me a second place and told me my dog wasn't first place quality. I took it with a smile too. You know, he was the only judge that felt that small kink in her tail.
Yeah, well, I wasn't there and stuff, but a lot of people were upset about that. So,
But
again, it is what it is.
listening to what's going on the internet, because I'm all over the place, I think they're starting to pick dogs like that to get people to understand what they're looking for versus what they're not looking for. And so they're going to start picking the bullier dogs until...
But you can't say that because there's plenty of bully dogs. There's plenty of bully dogs present at shows that have the breed type and have good structure on top of it. So
that show, I didn't see none. I looked at the tapes and the pictures and stuff. I didn't see none.
The dog that was right beside him had better. He was just a better dog all the way around.
yeah, we got to get Lawrence some bifocals.
Yes. The dog right behind that try was the better dog. At least he had a rear on him. At least he didn't look like peg legs.
Shots fired.
Yeah, this stuff that we can't get like special effects and all this stuff on here, sound effects.
Ray, real quick, sound effects. You need to be hitting her with the shots fired.
Yeah.
Son, hey, real quick, Damien, we got somebody asking. They don't know how to ask any questions as far as the chat. Can you please explain that real quick and give a rundown for anyone trying to ask questions?
You go on YouTube. Hold on. When you go on YouTube, on the bottom of the screen, there's a yellow tab. If you click that tab, it'll open up another video. On the top right corner, there's 3 dots. If you click on those dots, it'll drop down a window. You click on Request Desktop. It'll bring open the messages, and then you scroll all the way to the bottom of that. There's a green bar. You click that, and you could chat, or you can send any questions on Facebook to myself, Tony, or Damien. Or the Hangouts chat is open. You can message on the Hangout chat. What else, Damien? That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And the YouTube, if it says it's open for you, on the bottom of the YouTube video, you can type in. I'll try to remember. Damien will try to remember to keep going back and forth.
I have it open.
Okay.
But yeah, just tell them to hit open desktop because the chat is only through desktop on YouTube, so they have to get out of the app if they're trying to ask a question on YouTube.
Hold on, I'm taking this out. Go ahead, you can go with your next question.
I guess this question is for Tony. Does the RKC have any plans to do a top 10 dog ranking system, sort of like the ABKC?
I think.
What? What happened?
Go ahead, Damien.
Did you hear the question?
What was it? So I'm trying to get this leveled out. I couldn't.
Oh, no problem. Does the RKC have any plans to do a top 10 dog ranking system, sort of like the ABKC does?
They did it. They did it this year at Nationals. They did it at this year's Nationals. They had a completely separate show the same day at Nationals of all the top dogs of the RKC to compete against each other.
Okay.
Okay. Next question I have, I'm assuming is for everybody. Can you name some of your? No, that doesn't make sense. I think you meant favorite instead of famous. Can you name some of your favorite dogs making noise currently?
Go ahead, Tom.
Don't ask me. I mean, I really don't have any favorite dogs. I mean, I have a lot of dogs I like. But I mean, I really don't touch base on that. I kind of stay. I don't really give my opinion there. I mean, there's many different dogs from all bloodlines. I mean, there's there's like 2 Dax stud that I really like. I mean, I like Grand Champion Leonidas. Yeah, I like Lucky Luciano. He's a nice Dax dog. I don't know. I don't know. There's nice dogs out there. But I really don't touch base on what my favorite dogs are. I mean, there's dogs that catch my eye, and if I decide that I want to breed to them, then when I go for my outs, then I really start talking about them.
I like Nicky Jam and Leoto. Is 2 of my favorites.
Yeah. What's the name of the kennel? I always forget. That Grand Champion Leonidas is from.
Oh my gosh. Now you asked me a question and it totally.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have the internet.
It's Smoking Barrel Bullies.
Smoking Barrel.
Yes,
Yeah, good people, and he's a phenomenal dog. Leonidas, I believe he achieved his grand championship under me. Beautiful dog, very well put together. I mean, there's quite a few really nice dogs out there.
We love Leo. He's a good dog.
Christina's always smiling. She always like looking like she's up to something. She's like, hee. She'll come with a serious answer or something, but she'll be giggling beforehand.
She looked like she want to say something, but she don't want to say it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I get asked all the time why I smile all the time. My kids will be like, "What are you smiling about?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Hey, that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing.
You gotta be positive.
Yep, exactly. That's a good thing. You see me, I'm always clowning around. You're easy to keep entertained.
Damien, next question.
Okay, next question would be, I guess this is to you, Christina, is can you talk about some of your experience in the dog game, like how long you've been in the dog game, all that type of stuff. I know you touched on it earlier, but this person wants you to elaborate, I'm assuming.
Okay, I got into bullies with Chad Smith. We got our first bully from him, and then we got to learn about Brandon and Lori Richardson. We bought a few bullies from them. She taught me how to show, and then we started hitting up the dog shows pretty heavy. And this last year, we kind of slowed down. I spent too much money.
Yeah.
But we're getting back at it again. We went through about $25,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's hey, showing's expensive.
It's fun though.
That's what I tell you, man. Them going to them shows, you spend a lot of money when you add it up. It's like, man, I just want to go and have a nice time and come home. Even if I lose, I don't want to feel like I got beat. Like most of, if I do get beat, it don't matter. Just don't make me feel like I got beat because I spent a lot of money to come out here. That's
Right.
add up. You going all summer to every show, traveling all across the country. Go ahead, Christine. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I wish I could go to a dog show every weekend.
Man.
Hopefully one day I will be able to. I started training dogs for people, so.
Oh, yeah?
I got 4 right now training.
Uh-oh.
Thinking about going to Atlanta this weekend.
What's out there?
Isn't it Rolando's Super Bowl show?
Oh, okay.
Rolando throws a nice show.
There's going to be a lot of good dogs there, I figure.
Yeah, it's a nice show. Rolando always throws a top-notch show. He does it right.
I got a champion dog I'm bringing, and a 1-year-old pocket male, and a year-old classic female, and a 6-month-old female.
Plug those shows again, Christina, for the people that came on after you said it already. What's your show dates again?
February 13th in Little Rock, Arkansas. We're hoping to have one in April 16th in St. Louis, and then May 28th back to Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
He's playing music.
That's right, Tom.
Oh, so I'm just making some beats.
Don't about to start freestyling.
Yeah,
For the
Bully
Bully
National
National
Anthem.
Anthem.
Yeah.
Don't about to start
Hold on. Let me turn it up. Sorry.
Let me. I guess I got another question for all of you guys. Can somebody please explain the point system to becoming a champion and a grand champion?
So you can turn that music on.
I am. I'm trying to. Hold on. I'm just trying to figure this thing out.
Alright, well, I'm gonna mute you in the meantime.
Hold on.
Well, and AB, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's probably different in RKC, I'm not sure, but ABKC, you get 150 points, 3 majors under 3 different judges to become a champion. And then you have to have 5 champion wins to become a grand champion.
Yeah, I think it's the same way.
It's the same thing, basically. It's a guideline for any registry, for the most part. So, yeah. As far as the point system, it's a little different for what you win per category. But it's basically the same thing. 150 points you achieve, in 3 majors you achieve your championship.
Not mine.
And if you got a good dog, you can champ them out in 3 shows.
I did. Both registries I did.
What?
I did Boss Hog and both registries like that. Like my wall up there is all his ribbons from both registries. He didn't really go out that many times. Like he champed out. I think he got 1 win in the RKC and 2 wins for the Grand Champion and ABKC.
That XL I had, Brooke Jaron took him to, it was the XL I was training, and she took him to a quad show. She missed the 3rd show, but he would have champed out that show. He left the show with only needing 10 points.
Oh, okay.
He's pretty nice.
So how many champions you got over there?
Well, I've been placing a lot of champions. I'm just trying to keep the stock that's really going to help me evolve and move forward with the breed. I had a lot of really nice dogs, but I feel like I don't breed all my dogs, so I've actually just placed some champions I never even bred. Good quality dogs, but I feel like, for my program, I did a lot of line breeding and inbreeding, and I lost substance. So I'm looking to bring that serious mass back to my program, and that's what I've been focusing on. I'm looking for bone and muscle, and I'm also focusing on creating a really muscular dog. So a lot of selective breeding going on, and you need a room. So right now I got 3, 4. It depends what you're talking about champions, like just American Bully champions, because I still have some UKC champions. I have 7 champions right now. I have 5 American Bully champions, and I have 2 UKC champions. I have 1 ADBA champion, female, and I have 1 weight pool champion, female. Or in weight pooling, it's not gonna, you don't get a champion title. I mean, they're champion, but
I'm planning on. I want a weight pool on May 28th. I'm gonna have a weight pool too.
Woo!
Uh-oh. Hey, you know what? I wanted to touch on something too. A lot of people have questions on judging, and I found it was easier for me if you learn what it is that the judge that you're going under is looking for, because a lot of times we think the judge is not picking up. Like Tony knows, me and him is cool, is really good friends right now. But when I used to show, and I seen Tony in the ring as the judge, I used to be like, man, I don't want to never pick my dog, right? So one day I just sat next to the ring, and I just watched him all day.
But I'm consistent. See, I'm consistent. Some judges aren't consistent.
Let me get to my point.
All right, I got you.
I just sat there and I watched and watched and watched, and I started realizing which dogs he was gonna pick. So then people was coming up and they was like, "Watch, he's gonna pick this dog." I was like, "He's gonna pick this dog right here," and he picked that dog. And I started watching, pick that dog. Tony is an angulation freak. The dog could be as nice as you want it to be, but if the rear of the dog ain't on point, then he ain't gonna pick the dog.
Oh, that's how I would be.
That's once I saw that, and then I started realizing, then I didn't really feel that slightest. So a lot of times you should sit and watch the judge and see which dogs they picking, because each judge is going to look for something different. That was the question that Shaka Zulu asked.
Each judge has some judges have their pet peeves. Yeah, what you're talking about. Some judges have their pet peeve. I mean, we still have to judge. We still should be judging the standard, but some judges, some things bother them more than the next, and that's where like the preference comes in. Even though you're not supposed to judge on preference, everything in life comes down to preference, at some point. So, yeah, I mean, I like a well-balanced dog. A dog that lacks in a rear is not going to have, the proper gait. It's not going to move well. So, to me, it's a, there's a few things that come with it. So, but I mean, I've picked dogs before that were, underangulated because they were just had a lot of breed type, and overall they were nice. But he's right. You want to look for consistency. There's judges out there that are very consistent in the way they pick, and you could pretty much, get an idea for what direction they're going to go in, and then other judges just are all over the place, and you're never going to figure them out. And that's how you tell the ones that are experienced and inexperienced, and that really know the breed.
I want to thank everybody. I see the count is going up and up and up. Thank everybody for watching. Once again, if you want to chat on the actual video, you have to hit the yellow link at the bottom of the video. Once that opens up the next video, there's 3 dots on the right top corner of your toolbar. You hit that dot, it'll drop down a window. It will say request desktop. If you hit that and scroll all the way to the bottom, you can ask questions right on the video. We'll see it on the screen. Or you can just send myself, Tony, or Damien an inbox with whatever questions for Christina also, or on the YouTube page, on the Google Hangouts chat that's open for this video. You hit that too. So interact with us. We want to hear what you guys are thinking. Christina is over there with the little pup. Oh, that's
my baby. Isn't she cute?
Oh.
6 weeks.
What am I missing?
Uh-oh. Look, you done got Tony's. Look, he over there. He over there got the whipped cream.
It's about to go down. I'm gonna have to block this screen out in a minute. Oh, she's cute.
Thank you.
It's nice looking pop.
Who's that on?
She's off of, you know, Bowser's mom? Grand Champion Bowser?
No, I don't know who his mom is.
Really? He's the youngest
What's her
ABK.
name?
I do. I know.
Okay. His mama is her sister. Pup.
I'm over there.
Off of her Titus and Bane son.
Okay.
Is he cutie girls?
Okay. Hey, Damien, any more questions?
Yeah, I got a couple. One of them is, it seems to me that the XL class is dying out. What can be done to save the XL class?
This is all going to be just based off of opinion. Most people
What
in
happened?
the breed, huh?
You want me to answer that?
Hold on, you can go next. Most people in this breed prefer the smaller dogs. The bigger breeds tend to be bred off of dogs that tend to be, not all, but tend to be more aggressive, dog aggressive. Dogs, so you know it's harder to have. If I had two XLs, if I had two XLs laying right here next to me, that would be real uncomfortable for me right now. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of people in this game prefer the smaller dogs. The people that are buying into the game, they prefer the smaller dogs also. So and
I don't believe that. Different strokes for different folks, man.
Hold on, let me finish.
Different strokes for different folks,
That's what I
man.
said. The first thing I said was
XL community is alive. They just need to show more. For XL to thrive.
gotta wait his turn. Let me mute Tone. He's gonna talk and he don't know nobody can't hear him. The first thing I said was that's my opinion. So, you know.
The XL that I had competition, so I guess it depends on what show you go to.
Hold on, Tone. Now it's your turn.
What?
Now it's your turn. I had to mute you because you cut me off.
Oh, I had to spice things up, man.
First thing I said was that's just my opinion. To make sure that everybody knows that that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that is your opinion.
Now you can give your opinion.
And that's all it is, an opinion. It holds no weight.
Right, in your opinion.
Yeah, I'm going to give you my opinion. I think the XL community is alive and thriving. The thing is with the, I mean, you did say the XL dogs tend to be a little bit more aggressive.
Did you hear the question? Since you wanted to fast, did you hear the question?
Yes, what can be done with the XL? It's cutting in and out. Why are we having a bad reception? Is that me? Is that everybody?
The
What?
question was that the XLs seem to be dying out.
What can be done?
Right, to save them.
Huh?
To save them. Because apparently you're the only one that thinks that they're not dying out. So
I don't think it's dying out, but
he said, since they're dying out, what can be done to save them? Because you're the only person on here that seems to think that they're not dying out.
So it's an opinion. Because, listen, as far as the show ring, that's what they're talking about. Probably in the show ring. More of the XL community has to get involved with showing. You know? That's about it. The XL community is around. There's plenty of XL dogs out there and plenty of XL breeders.
Yeah.
They just do.
The reason you don't see them in the community is because the people in the community, that's not their market. People don't want the larger dogs, so that's why you don't really see them. They of course they're still breeding them. There's people out there still breeding them, but in the community you don't see them. When you go to a show, you might see 2 XLs in the ring, and the reason is because there's really no market for them dogs in the community, in my opinion, because I don't see them, and I don't really see anybody promoting them on Facebook except the people who breed them. You don't see any consumers promoting XL dogs.
Now, listen, because that's just what they're doing. You know, if they started promoting them, there's people that are going to take a liking to them. That's the thing. The reason is that they're just not attending shows with the big dogs. It's just that community is just kind of falling back.
But they were.
If they started attending shows and they started marketing their dogs like how everybody else would, the popularity would come in again. Everything works in cycles. A couple years ago, XL dogs were huge, man, getting big money. They still do get big money.
Okay.
And there's still plenty of them around.
You know what the problem is? If you breed XLs and you show XL, the problem is it's a whole different scenario when it's time to travel for shows. When you're keeping dogs in your house, you know, housing dogs, feeding.
But there's plenty of XL breeders out there that have.
That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion. It's a proven fact.
But
there's a ton.
Listen, we do business in a community, so we're not talking about outside the community. We do business inside of a community, and in our community, most of the people in this community do business on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or anything like that. And you barely see anybody. Like, I know two people in the bully community that breed XLs. I'm sure there's more. For myself personally, I know of 2 people that breed XL.
Because that's you. That's you. You're in a pocket dog. That's you. There's plenty of breeders out there. Plenty. There's breeders. I know of a breeder right now that has 2 litters, 2 XL litters, and they're both sold out. There's 12 and 13 pups.
If there's plenty, you should be able to give me 5 off the top of your head. Go.
Skyline Prince, Sarah Roach.
Yeah, what's up with is this my reception or what?
Yeah.
No, I got good reception.
We do too. It's not freezing, nobody's breaking up. Damien, you on the YouTube, right? It's clear, right?
Yeah,
maybe I'm running out of gigabytes.
It's good on the YouTube. But I'm saying, if there's plenty of breeders out there breeding XLs, you should be able to give me 5 right off the top of your head.
I don't follow my own. I don't follow people that breed standards in pockets.
Hold on, listen. This is.
I worry about myself.
Listen, this is.
I worry about myself. I don't worry about nobody else. I couldn't tell you. I'd have a hard time telling you 5 kennels that the breed of seasonal dogs I do. So come on.
That's not how it works, Tone. You cannot throw out something to be as fact and they can't back it up. That's why I always say it's my opinion. You said there's plenty of breeders out there breeding XL dogs. I said if there's plenty, just give me 5. Because plenty.
Gina Panucci is one of them. Breeds really nice XL. Carol Ford. Carol Ford is another one. Breeds XL. Has success for it. Nicole Ford is another one.
Right now, Tone. On the top of your head, give me 5 breeders if there's plenty.
I just told you 3. You're cutting me off while I'm talking. I just told you 3 right off the top of my head. I was going. You're cutting me off.
Okay, go again.
I'm not into XL dogs anyway. Gina Panucci, Nicole Ruport, Carol Ford. Those are 3 right there, off the top of my head.
Okay, and no disrespect to them, but how active are they in the bully community?
Huh?
No disrespect to them. How active are they in the bully community? How many people do you think that don't breed that style of dog know who those people are?
Huh?
Never mind.
I can't. I mean, I don't know if it's my. I don't know what's going on with my reception here. I can't hear you. It's coming in and out.
Coming through
How many people in the bully community or what?
Listen, out of all those people, right? I'm pretty active in the bully community, and the only name that I only recognize, I think 1, but maybe 2 of those names on that list. But how active are those people in the bully community?
That's what I told you. They're not.
Okay, so we talking
as far as the shows, I mean, some are. They are active.
Hold on.
Nicole is, Carol is.
Listen, there's people outside of this community that breed Afghan hounds. We're not talking about people outside of the bully community. We're talking about people inside the bully community. How many people are breeding XL? We're not talking about. Of course, there's people out there that still breed them. Obviously, you see them out there. We know that.
The answer to the question is what can be done, Lawrence? What can be done? What can be done?
Well, we have to correct you though, because you putting something out there to be a fact, and then you can't say that to be a fact because I'm not the only one who doesn't that looks and doesn't see. Like
the XL breeders would have to be more involved in showing their dogs. That's what I said.
I've been an American bully for since 2008, right? I started really active in 2009. So I've seen a lot of dogs, a lot of kennels. Right now, and you know I'm Facebook all day. Right now, there's only 2 people I can name that breed XLs, and that's Antonio McClenny and that guy that has that really big tri dog, Chicks Love, whatever the heck the dog's name is. Those are the only 2 people that I see active in the bully community that have XL.
You're also not traveling. You're not traveling to. You're not traveling to Arkansas, Florida. You're not traveling down there.
We're talking about a community
You're
because
talking about in this area.
most people that
There's other people showing, but more people need to get involved.
99% of the people that are active in the bully community are active on some sort of social media.
Lawrence, come on, bro.
Right?
Come on. You also think that at the end result of the American Bully, there's going to be only pockets, and there's going to be no standards and nothing else. That it's going to be all pockets in 5 years from now.
I got standard and pocket dogs. I'm telling you, 85% of the people that
get out of here with that crap, bro. Get out of here.
Dogs.
Get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm a standard person myself, but it is what it is. It's hard. It's hard to get people interested in standard puppies. It is.
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
Now, see, you thinking outside of the community, but we're not gonna argue about that. That wasn't the question. Next question, Damien.
Christina, did you want to get in?
Got bad reception.
We'll leave that for another topic. Go ahead, Damien.
I think. Did you say something, Christina?
That was too much.
That's what the round table is about. He don't have to agree with me. That doesn't mean that I have a problem with Tone, and that don't mean Tone has a problem with me. That's what the round table is about. You can come on and you can have your own opinion. Your opinion doesn't reflect anybody else's opinion. If you start going in on other bully websites and all of that, that's your opinion. You're entitled to feel that way. We don't have nothing to do with that, and vice versa. So that's what it's about. Nobody should feel that they can't say how they feel, and it's going to be a problem because it's not.
Okay, well, I think it depends on what part of the state you're in, because around Arkansas, there's a lot of XL breeders. Sarah Roach is really involved. She's got Grand Champion Timbo. He actually won in the Arkansas show, 2014.
Okay. Now,
where did Tony go?
Probably went to go get some food. Now, at that show,
in Georgia, there was a lot of XL showing in Georgia.
In states where they use these dogs for hunting, like hogs and gardening property and stuff like that, you see more XL dogs, right? But people who live like more in the city or closer to,
right?
They don't. There's no place for those dogs.
Me personally, I don't care for XL dogs, but I do know a lot of nice ones. So.
That dog from France, that real big dog from France that passed, that was, I mean, if I was going to own an XL dog, he would have been it. That was a nice dog.
Hey, Christina, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you think 5 years from now the American Bully will be a pocket breed, all pockets?
No.
Thank you.
Why not?
That's all I wanted to know.
Oh, so now that she said that, that made it golden, right? No, thank you. Drop the mic, walk away. Why not? Tell me why not.
Why not?
Why not?
Too many people like standards and classics. I love classic dogs.
According to Lawrence, they're dying. Standards are dying out. Classics are dying out.
I love pocket dogs.
Classic, listen. Linda,
but
Linda.
Hey, you need a good classic to clean some stuff up. I'm going to tell you.
True. You cannot, that's not how you clean stuff up, by using classic style dogs. That's not. That's how you go backwards. Okay? First of all,
because the classics are weak. I mean, if the classics had substance like they're supposed to, I think they could be used to clean stuff up. But Lawrence is right. I mean, the ultimate goal is to breed, I mean, for me, I'm striving to produce a good pocket and standard dog. That's my favorite, the pockets and the standard. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mine also. I have standard dog and pocket dog. That's just what I see. But
Well, I was saying a lot of people. There's too many people that like classics.
But listen to this. Listen, Linda. Listen. Okay. First of all, the word classic insinuates that something is an old style. And
No.
hold on. Classic is like when you get a classic car, that means it's an old car. That's the way cars used to look back in the day. It's a classic. You know what I'm saying? A classic movie is what? Right? So when you look at the classics today, they don't look the way the old style bullies look. So why are they called classics?
Cool, yeah, I figured that. I figured it was something with, like I said, calcium deficiency or something. But Rafiq, we're doing a live radio show.
Classics don't look anything like they used to look back in the days. They look a lot less of a dog. So why are they called classics? You know what I mean? So and taking a classic dog to a pocket dog or an extreme dog, that is not going to clean it up. It's going to take away from the extreme features of the dog. The classic dogs carry more of a terrier trait. They're going to take over more. It's not about cleaning it up. You lose when you do that. You just need to clean it up with a dog that carries the traits that you want and is clean.
You'll see soon. That's all I'm going to say.
Tom covering it. Just turn your camera off, Tom. Are you done?
Camera off?
No, I thought you were still on.
I'd adjust it. When I adjust it, it goes like this. See that?
I thought you were still on the phone.
Nah, that was Rafiq.
I had to mute you because we could hear you. Go ahead, Christina.
You'll see. That's all I'm saying.
Got something coming? You got some heat coming?
I got a nice female off of it.
Where you at in your dress?
Off of a classic male. It's
Do
a
your
pocket.
thing, Christina.
Christina,
Christina, I support you 110%. Do your thing. Lawrence is lost.
shut up,
Don't know what
hater.
he's talking about.
Shut up, hater.
Hater. He's a hater. Hater.
Christina, where you at in the dressing room?
You'll like her.
Hater.
Christina, where you at in your dressing room?
What?
Where you at in your dressing room?
No, this is my kitchen.
Oh, okay, I see it now. I thought that was a mirror where the lights is at.
Hey, Dustin, they're making fun of our kitchen.
Nuh-uh. That's a nice kitchen. That's way nicer than my kitchen.
They're laughing at us.
No, we're not.
Hold on, I'm not laughing. What do you mean they're laughing? What are you talking about, woman?
Where he hiding at?
He's over here on the couch being antisocial.
Come on now, it's a family affair now. Okay, come on, let's not get off the thing. What's the next question?
Okay, do you guys think the popularity of the Hulk is good for the bully community?
No, that's not a bully.
Hell no.
That's not an American bully. Nor is it a pit bull.
It's an American bullshit.
Nah, he's a nice dog. I've been seeing a lot of them big old dogs. They're nice, but that's not an American bully. I think. So is he over there dragging him to the camera? No? No luck? No, I'm talking to Christina. I said no luck.
What?
Let me see something.
All right, we got 5 more minutes. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. We'll be back Tuesday. I think, Damien, you want to tell them who our guest is going to be on Tuesday? I mean,
on Tuesday, we should have Zeb from Zeb Pits and Alex Ferreira from the Bully Coliseum, owner of Grand Champion Maybach and Champion Lucky Luciano.
Nice. Yeah, he's got some nice dogs. He's doing his thing. Them boys are putting in a lot of work.
Okay. And once again, we want to thank y'all, man. Sorry, Andy. I know you were gonna kill me. I was supposed to let you in. And Sean. Sorry, guys, man. Next week. We'll be back Tuesday. We might just jump on here tomorrow night and just chop it up if anybody wants to get on, man, because we're gonna be snowed in for about the next week.
We already got like 4 inches out there.
And it's supposed to snow all night, all day tomorrow, all the way till Sunday. So. Got 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left. Anybody want to say anything before we leave? Christina, go.
Why is it always me?
You the guest. You the guest. We want you to feel welcome.
I'm welcome. I don't see why you don't think classics are good.
I didn't say they were good. Now you know what? Now you have to come back so we can continue that conversation because I didn't say they weren't good. I said that's not how you clean stuff up.
Yes, you do.
No. Well, that's my opinion. Like I said, that's what Bully Roundtable
Okay,
is about.
so if you have a sloppy female
I
and
would take it to a bully meal that's clean. I wouldn't take it to a classic meal that's clean.
okay, we'll
But
see.
I'm not saying it can't work.
I'll show you. I'll show you when I go to my first show with her and she wins.
Okay.
Then I'll say this.
Dang, Lawrence. She's going to show you, Lawrence.
Shut up,
God damn it.
Shut up, Tom
You
Pop.
better not mess with her, dog. I love classics, Christina, so.
Christina, plug your shows one more time.
One more time. February 13th, Little Rock, Arkansas. Y'all better be there. It's
Hey,
gonna
Christine,
be.
I'm trying to make it, man. I'm trying to make it, so.
It's gonna be.
I told you that's the goal. I'm trying to come out.
That's what I
Bust
heard.
some asses. Come out and bust some asses.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I got to get my second disguise together to win that puppy. We're gonna go with the blonde wig.
Damien, you got anything you want to say?
I just got a quick question I want y'all to answer because it's a good question and y'all didn't get to it.
Okay.
How do y'all feel about all the more famous dogs being sold to China?
I think it's
all dogs go to China.
well, the ones
That's all I gotta say.
the ones that we've seen that are readily over there, I think it's foolish because if you're selling the best blood to overseas, then it limits the resources that we have here, and it's mostly greed. But I don't know.
The thing is, before the dogs ever get sold over there, they're bred. In our community, dogs get bred like crazy. So they're semen pooled. So it's not like the line is going to die out or they don't have enough offspring. Before these dogs get sold, some of them get sold, and other people lie and say they got sold when the dogs died. You know, so. But
That is true.
it's a good move. The people in China, they got the cake. They got the cheddar, man. So
They definitely spending it.
they got it, man.
And 500,000, and you got 2 more that you bought, and still looking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that whole 500,000 thing, but I mean, I'm sure he sold for good money.
Listen, it was on the news.
Listen, you believe anything on Facebook, man? Come on.
On the news, I forgot what they said. They broke it down into the American plus after the taxes, but it was on the news that he really sold them for.
I saw that, man, but I mean, come on, they could have got that paper. That paperwork didn't show nothing.
Look, you're a hater. Look, you're a hater, Tom.
I'm not hating. Hey, if the man's getting that kind of money, yo, more power to him. You know, you could believe in a boogeyman, man. You know?
I'm gonna say, if he did, he did. I'm happy for him. If he didn't, it ain't my business. It don't affect me. So.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're getting good money. Regardless,
Because when I
he got good money for that dog.
that, then I hope
He sold for good money. Was he sold for 500,000? It's actually supposed to be 750,000, I think, right?
Well, I think it was 500,000 in Chinese money.
Ah, in Chinese money.
Chinese dollar, the yen is strong, boy.
Woo! The yen.
Christina,
Hey.
like, that's crazy. Christina, you gonna come back?
Christina, she wasn't ready.
Whatever.
Look, man, this is Bully Round Table. You can't sit around the table and have a discussion and be able to speak your mind and don't feel like you have to say what everybody else say. This ain't the place for you. We want you to say how you really feel and don't feel like it's gonna be no hard feelings. We can get as loud and aggressive as we want, and then we're gonna calm it down and get to the next question. That's how it is. That's real right there. That's real bully talk right there. Because these are conversations that you have anyway. You may call one of your homies up on the phone and y'all get into a heated conversation just like this, but nobody will never hear it and be able to give their opinion on it or say, well, you know what, that's true. I ain't even think about it that way. So why not include other people in on the conversation? Me and Tone have conversations like this all the time.
Yeah, we argue from sunrise to the sundown. We be going at it all day.
And at the end of the day, I'll be like, all right, I'll talk to you tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
He likes Pintos, I like Ferraris, you know what I'm saying?
I hate that, and I'm not. You know, I'm a congratulator. That's just how we do, you know what I mean?
You were hating earlier, son. You were hating on the XLs. You were hating on the XLs, man. And the classics. Sit down.
All right, we drag
Don't mess with my people, homie.
Listen, it's 11:02. I'm going to cut all that dragging out from the front, so it'll get right into the business. We'll see y'all Tuesday, and then again on Friday. We may do it again tomorrow. It depends. If y'all want me to do it tomorrow, us to do it tomorrow, hit the inbox and let us know, man. We can get on here. If y'all got something y'all want to talk about, just let us know. Christina, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
It was great having you on the show.
Thank you.
And hopefully I'll see you at your show. You're gonna see me busting some ass in the show ring.
Hopefully.
Think about that lightweight. Yo, you know what you look like with that hat on, yo?
What happened?
No, you look like with that hat on?
Who?
You know that little dude that they got all over the internet that be attacking people, the real little dude? The little
Who? Which one?
Man.
Who do I look like?
The little
Who do I look like?
The little Arab dude that be beating on people on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
You know,
y'all.
you know who you look like?
Tell me.
These nuts.
You a hater. You a hater. And I'm going to cut that part out, Pump.
Got him.
I'll see you on Tuesday, man.